This is Roger Guenveur Smith on Block Report TV. The place to be.
You are here with the film My Father Belize. Can you talk a little bit about how you got involved with that film?
Yeah, really happy to be involved with the film. Invited to be a part of it by co-writer and director Leon Lozano, who's a native of Oakland, but with Belizean roots. And he told me this story, and it's a story that I wanted to be a part of telling as well. I had an opportunity to go down to Belize, which is a beautiful place. It's the only English-speaking country in Central America. It has a very rich history, and I had an opportunity to go down there for a few days and make what I think is a very effective short film called My Father Belize.
You've been in, they said in the Q&A that you've been in over 100 films, is that right?
Yes, I think I'm at about my 100th credit now.
What did you learn about the craft of acting after you've done 100 films? What did you think you knew, and what do you know now that you're saying that you've done 100?
I think there's always something new to be learned. I think that the next project is the next learning experience. I don't believe in resting on laurels of films gone by or plays gone by, television shows gone by. I think that there's always the new struggle, which is the beautiful struggle. Lester Young, the great jazz saxophonist, who I had the opportunity to play right across the bay at the Lorraine Hansberry Theater. He never listened to any of his own recordings because he said, well, that's something I already did. I'm looking to the future. And while I'm listening to a recording of myself, some other person out there, a younger player, is creeping up on me. So I need to look to the future, and that's what I've always been trying to do. Look to the next thing.
So you have anything on Netflix right now?
Yes, on Netflix right now is streaming a film called Rodney King, which I wrote, adapted from a stage play, a solo performance. It was directed by my longtime colleague, Mr. Spike Lee, right in New York City, outdoors, summer. It was a very hot night, and it was very challenging, but we made it through, and it's still streaming on Netflix and doing quite well. 42 different languages. We have subtitles for this film, so you can just punch in if you want to, hear it with Swahili subtitles, or French, or Serbo-Croatian, Icelandic. You can go any way, all around the world.
Has the Netflix era brought something new to film? I mean, before Netflix, what was the film?
No, Netflix is, I'm not Mr. Netflix, but I've had an opportunity to be in a couple of projects with Netflix, and as I said, it's particularly promising because of the internationalist aspect of it. Now, I just shot a Netflix series, which will be out next year, focusing on Madam C.J. Walker. And Octavia Spencer plays Madam C.J. Walker, and I play BookerT.Washington. And they were contemporaries and very much in contact, sometimes in conflict with each other. It's a great story.
When you did My Father Belize, you picked up an accent. What did it take to learn that accent? Did it take a few weeks? How do you get ready for a role like that?
Well, I had to listen to some recordings, and I talked to some people. I had known Belizean people for many years. There are many Belizeans here in California, specifically in Southern California, which is where I grew up, although I was born here in Berkeley. But yeah, diving in and listening, observing. As Leon said earlier this evening, I had done a couple of Jamaican characters that he had seen, so he had the confidence that I would be able to pull it off.
What made you respond to him? He had the confidence to pull it off. You're one of the veteran actors in the film. What made you say, this is a film that I'll take a chance on?
Well, Leon has the same name as my grandfather. So that was one good sign from the beginning. But Leon is an outstanding young man. He's a graduate of UC Berkeley. He's a graduate of the USC Film School. So he has the finest preparation that our country has to offer. But even more importantly, he has a work ethic, a discipline, and a very kind heart. And I could sense that in him. And here you go. We're here at the Oakland premiere.
What makes you, not just Father Belize, what makes you interested in the project? What kind of senses does it have to light up in you for you to even be interested?
I always like to do work which resonates as more than pure entertainment. You know, although I've done my share of sitcoms and soap operas and what have you, but I like to be involved in projects which have something to say, having to say beyond just making people laugh for 40 minutes or an hour and a half. And this
You saying dark? Do you look for icons? Do they have to be positive icons? Because I've seen you do Huey Newton. You know, you've done with Malcolm X. You'll bring that to life. I mean, can you do evil characters, or does it have to be somebody who's
I've done some heroes and I've done some villains as well. And I've done some heroic villains and some villainous heroes. So I like mixing it up. I think that, you know, any actor should feel blessed if he or she has the opportunity to do a variety of characters. And if I'm doing one particular character, to be able to show different shades within that character. This character that I play in my Father Belize, you know, he's holding a deep, dark, heavy secret that he's kept from the people who are closest to him, his own son. You know, spoiler alert, right? But he, on the outside, is a bon vivant, right? He's a good time guy, right? But deep inside, there's something else happening. So that was a great challenge. Yeah.
Last question on that.
Yes.
Would you call yourself a method actor? Do you stay in character, or?
Oh yeah, I was definitely eating those conch fritters, and they were good. Probably ate too many of them. And that Belizean beer was good too. You know, so I was definitely using that method. But I don't know if I would call myself that officially. I find my inspiration in many places.
How can people keep up with your work?
You can keep up with my work by going to Roger Guenveur Smith on Facebook, and I always list whatever I'm doing on my page. So check it out.